13 life mysteries that science can't explain. Number 13, deja vu. Have you ever just been somewhere and then all of a sudden you feel like you've been there before, but really you haven't, and then you have an existential crisis? No? Me neither. Well, if you have, then you know what deja vu feels like. It's been said that people who experience this are actually getting a glimpse of their previous life, but science hasn't been able to prove this, or any other supernatural theory for that matter. There has been research into human psychology in order to try and give a more naturalistic explanation, but as of right now, there are still no answers. Number 12, the stone balls of Costa Rica. You've heard of Stonehenge, now get ready for stone balls. You heard that right, folks. The stone balls of Costa Rica is a phenomenon that has puzzled locals and scientists alike. No one quite knows how these things got here, if they were man-made or created by nature. They vary from size to size, being as small as a bowling ball and up to 8 feet tall. These round spheres are scattered throughout the island and are perfectly crafted, which leads many to believe they weren't made by the locals. Number 11, the Mapimi Silent Zone. Outside of Durango, Mexico, lies a place called the Mapimi Silent Zone that is widely known for its lack of sound. Based on local legends, some individuals claim that radio waves can't be transmitted in specific areas of the Silent Zone because of aliens, magnetic fields, and Earth energy. The site has been compared to that of the Bermuda Triangle and got its name after an Athena rocket that contained radioactive elements crashed in the area, which may have contributed to the weird silence. I don't know if anyone will ever figure out what's going on down there. Number 10, the hum. In Taos, New Mexico, many of the locals claim to hear a low, audible frequency that is described as a sort of humming noise. The first accounts of this phenomenon stretch all the way back to 1993, and it wasn't until 1997 that Congress sent out a task force of scientists to determine the source of the noise. That's 4 years of being tortured. Well, at least in my opinion. Fast forward, and 23 years later, the noise still baffles scientists and the locals. Number 9, the Phoenix Lights. Perhaps one of the most well-known UFO sightings in history, the Phoenix Lights is another mystery that offers no solution to the possibility of other intelligent life forms among us. On the night of March 13th, 1997, a stream of lights all perfectly aligned in the sky appeared, and has been the catalyst of many books and documentaries. No one really knows what the cause of this event was, or why it even happened. What do you guys think? Are we really alone, or are we secretly being watched? Number 8, the placebo effect. The placebo effect has been something that's puzzled medical scientists for years, and it's because some people don't actually believe in it, while others swear by it. As long as you believe a pill will have the desired effect, it will. This has been shown to work in studies where a group was given the actual medication, and the other group was given the placebo, which is just a sugar pill, and the placebo group claims that their pill worked. No one knows why this works, but it could possibly be mind over matter. Number 7, tomatoes. So, did you guys know that a tomato is actually a fruit? Well, did you know that this fruit is more complex than us humans? Yeah, a fruit. Apparently, a tomato has 7,000 more genes than a human has, 31,760 to be precise, and we only have around 2,000 to 3,000 genes. Scientists aren't really sure why, and they haven't been able to offer an answer either. Instead, they've downgraded the C-value paradox into an enigma. Number 6, left-handedness. The vast majority of the human population is right-handed, more specifically around 9 in 10 people, and no one really knows why. Scientists know that the preference develops in the womb, and each side of the brain dominates certain functions in the body. This is what allows the two sides to carry out different tasks simultaneously. Scientists believe we began to prefer our right hands around 600,000 years ago, when humans began using tools. Science hasn't proven why left-handedness is a thing, but some scientists just chalk it up to evolution. Number 5, a blank spot in the universe. Do you ever look up at the sky and wonder what's out there? Well, a group of astronomers at the University of Minnesota discovered a huge empty space in space. They happened to be taking surveys of the night sky when they found a giant area that was actually filled with nothing. No galaxies, planets, or anything. At first, they thought it could be a rather large black hole, but after some research, they quickly ruled that out. This spot is around 1 billion light years across, making the entire area about 6 billion light years of just nothing. Number 4, no oxygen. I'm sure you all remember Jordan Sparks' 2007 classic hit, No Air, right? Well, those catchy lyrics don't apply to these animals. Found in the deep of the Mediterranean Sea is a bacteria that has evolved and no longer requires oxygen to breathe. Instead, they require salt due to the oxygen levels being replaced by them. The discovered creatures are from the Loricifera phylum and are the first complex organisms that don't require air whatsoever. When I read this, it honestly took my breath away. Number 3. A cat's purring. Scientists today can't quite figure out how cats create their purring. The top theory seems to be that cats use the vocal folds in their larynx in order to produce the vibrations that help create the sound. The other puzzling question happens to be, why do cats purr? And no one has really found an answer. Cats actually purr in various situations, such as when they're being petted or even when they're giving birth, so I guess it's kind of difficult to pinpoint. But hey, I'm not a scientist. Number 2, the Voynich manuscript. Throughout history, there have been multiple finds that come up indecipherable, and we're unable to truly discover anything about those finds. The Voynich manuscript is a book that is stocked with images of botanical illustrations and written inscriptions that scientists have been unable to solve. However, they describe it as a type of medical reference. Carbon dating places the book near the 1400s, but since the text can't be translated, it's almost impossible to figure out which civilization it belongs to. Number 1. Near-death experiences. Many people who have a sudden brush with death all claim to have similar experiences, such as a feeling of warmth or peace, reuniting with deceased loved ones, and the ever-popular seeing a light at the end of a tunnel. Scientists conducted a study back in 2015 that showed when a person's heart is dying, their brain is peppered with signals from the brain because it's trying to stay active, and that this induces hallucinations that cause the person to see the light. However, there is no solid answer to this mystery, and we might never know.